Hey everyone, I'm John,
I'm Ryan.
and this is the third episode of Commander Chats. So today we are going to be discussing thoughts about Universes Beyond, some pros, some cons, just kind of spitballing some things that we think about it. Um, why don't you lead the charge this time?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been a lot of discussion, especially with recent notes that have been released by Wizards of the Coast about Universes Beyond. There's been a lot of discourse. So we just wanted to lay out some cases for, some cases against. I think it's really easy to see the lows, right? The cases against. And John's going to be the other side here, show you the light a little bit on some cases for. But I'll start off easy by being the bad guy. I mean, the first thing I think of with Universes Beyond is that Universes Beyond sets cost more money, and we're going to be getting so much more of them, and there's going to be a lot more secret layers coming, and it's just so much money. And then, with the election results happening, who knows how the prices are going to increase even more. So that's what I'm worried about, right? Like Universes Beyond, I don't think I typically have an issue with it, but the problem is it's a lot more money, and at some point, it's going to be too much money for the average consumer.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that because you're right. Yeah, the universe is
I know I'm right.
Universes Beyond precons are typically more expensive. The Assassin's Creed, I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that set. That was way too overpriced, and you can't. And no one wanted it. but if you've got a good IP, a strong IP for Universes Beyond, I think that's where it really works. Fallout, everyone loved the Fallout stuff. Warhammer was so good in the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. That was, it's like Universes Within, right? But that's still kind of like not Magic the Gathering. Yeah, it's not Magic the Gathering. And then there's I do like a lot of the Universes Beyond stuff. So I personally, one of the first products I actually bought two precons as my first decks. I bought the Tyranid precon from the Warhammer 40k, and I bought the Brothers War Mishra precon. And I love the Tyranid precon. That's when I do precon games, that's almost always like one of the first ones I gravitate to. And then my second time I went out and spent money on Magic, I got the Forces of Chaos Warhammer 40k deck. So it's like it got me into Warhammer, actually, because I just looked at it like I was interested in Magic and also interested in the lore of Warhammer, and it kind of just overlapped, and I was like, okay, well, I can buy this is cool. And that's kind of how I started getting into Magic the Gathering as hard as I did, is Universes Beyond. Now, I didn't know as much about the IP, but I wanted to know more about both, and it kind of funneled me in. And look at me now. I've made over 120 videos on YouTube in under 2 years. Like, it's crazy.
And I want to expand on that a little bit, because it is kind of cool. I will say, I'll concede on this point, that it's sort of becoming this nerd mecca, right, where everyone from a lot of different facets of nerddom can come together and have something in common. And people will call it the Fortnitification of Magic, but it is cool in that aspect. But yeah, to flip it back over to my side, aka the right side, aka cases against, we're getting, we need more Magic original IP up in here, and Wizards is relying too much on the popularity of other companies, other people's hard work to come in and do the work for them. That's really the honest goodness.
Yeah, I will. I'm not like, we're gonna agree with each other a lot, and then because I also kind of feel like it doesn't feel as special if every other thing is a Universes Beyond product. You're watering down what makes Magic, what's kept it going so strong for 30 years. When you're introducing SpongeBob cards, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but you could slow down, give people a breather, focus more on the Magic part of Magic the Gathering. Like, like, go back to set blocks, and then sprinkle in, a couple universes beyond stuff like around the block, maybe not every other set being universes beyond.
I want to touch on that, but I am gonna buy those SpongeBob cards.
Yeah,
For being honest.
I'm not. I will gladly laugh my ass off when someone casts SpongeBob Shieldred on me and I get hit for lethal with a Krabby Patty. Like, that's fine. I'm totally okay with it. It's just I'm not gonna buy it. It's not what I want. I think it's hilarious. I do think it's hilarious, and I do think some people will buy it because it's hilarious, and I think people will buy it because they love SpongeBob.
Yeah.
But, like, this is not a product for people who just love Magic the Gathering.
Definitely. And what you were talking about, because they're making, 3 universes beyond main sets a year. Like, in between, there's going to be all the standard sets. You have a Magic IP, Universes Beyond IP, Magic IP, Universes Beyond IP, Magic IP, Universes Beyond IP, or some mix of those, 3 and 3 in a year. And what they don't tell you is, or I guess what people may not realize, the standard was 4 sets a year, 4 main sets a year, and now it's going to be 6. So we've already been complaining for the past few years about product fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
There's been so many products, and maybe they're dialing back less on the extra products like Modern Horizons or whatnot. Lord of the Rings was a big hit. That was a modern set.
Yeah.
Commander Masters, they might be pulling back on those to do more of the Universes Beyond, which if they do that, that's a little bit better. But 6 sets a year is once every 2 months. And if they're doing stuff in between that, which knowing Wizards of the Coast, they probably will be doing a lot of that. It's going to be like something coming at you every month, every single month. And that's just, even if you're really into Magic, it's so exhausting to keep up with as a cycle. Like this format, Commander, it used to be, every set, I'm invested in all the cards that are being printed and what could be good for my deck. But now there are so many good cards out there. It's just like you can pick and choose, any amount of cards and your deck is still going to be strong, right? So a lot of players, and this is probably going to be me included, like I'm not going to buy all the cards I need from every set. Sure, I'll buy the SpongeBob Secret Lair, the Secret Lairs that I really like, or the Universes Beyond that I really like. I'll buy from, but and you were sticking it to Assassin's Creed fans, but you weren't a fan of Assassin's Creed, so you're not going to buy anything from that set. There weren't any cards that stuck out as cards you needed to buy from that set, and for the most part, that's going to be like, sure, they'll print chase cards in every set, but not everyone's going to have to buy cards from that set, and so what they're going to do is, sure, they're increasing the amount of product they churn out, but the people who are buying are going to be buying less and less and less as time goes on.
Yeah, and but back to, it's harder to get back to my side, but like,
yes, I'm converting it.
Introducing new IPs, I think that the way they used to do it was better.
Yeah,
reskinning cards and as a Universe Beyond card, like the Godzilla stuff, I think that and the stuff was probably the better way to do it. I know the Transformers stuff wasn't reskins, they were unique cards, but they were in the set, right? They weren't their own set. But I think doing the reskins is probably what I would prefer them do. Or if they were going to be mechanically unique cards, maybe not exactly like the Transformers stuff, maybe like the Warhammer 40k and Fallout, where hey, we have this product in the Doctor Who where you have your commander decks, all the unique cards are in these commander decks, and we have this product that can bling them out. There's no unique cards outside of the commander decks. So that way it's
even then, reprints of the commander decks are not going to be, they're not going to reprint the Warhammer decks in 5 years, and those cards, Shadow in the Warp is going to get way crazy expensive, or all these other cards, unless they can find ways to reprint them. And they actually just released a letter that's saying, hey, we may not actually get to a lot of these cards in universe, and that's going to have to be okay. And that was sort of the caveat of like, this is going to be fine because we'll get these cards eventually. But the more Universes Beyond they print, and that's why I think why they've moved it to standard, is the less likely it is they're going to actually be able to print the mechanically unique ones. So Yeah, that's a lot.
I understand what you're saying, but like at the same time, uh, the Warhammer decks did spike for a bit in price, and then they kind of fell down back to around the 50s for a bit, and then I think they're going back up now. But like, I think maybe it's okay that you had like a year or two long snapshot where you could have got this product.
Yeah, I think that's fair too.
And
Right
it's
to
like,
that point.
and it's something that's only allowed in Commander. You can't play it. You can't play these cards in Standard or Modern. They're only Commander cards, and they were accessible for a long time. Like you could still go buy. I just bought the Marnius Calgar Inquisitor Greyfax deck for like $50. Like it's still out there, cheaper than I bought the Tyranid deck like over a year ago. Like you could still get them. And yeah, they're not probably going to be reprinted anytime soon, but there was enough supply, I think, to that it's okay. But, and then you're right, they're not reprinting universes within cards for the unique cards anymore, but they were taking so long to do that anyways. Like, yeah. And then putting them in the list, which doesn't exist anymore, but like it was so hard to pull. I know I pulled the reskin of Rick Grimes and Daryl Dixon, but
I will say that because you flipped to my side a little bit, I feel like I need to flip to yours and even it out.
Yeah, that's fine.
and just say that Magic is what we make of it, right? Magic is the friends we play with, and I know a lot of people Magic is going and playing with complete strangers on a Friday night, and you might have to deal with some of those tough conversations before the game about whatnot, but honestly, like the game's not going to change. The functions of the game are going to be the same, and they do a great job of designing these cards. You know that they pour so much love of whatever IP they're using into these cards. They did an amazing job with Marvel, did an amazing job with Doctor Who, with Warhammer, with the My Little Pony cards. They have done such an incredible job every step of the way. The Street Fighter cards, I'm expecting the SpongeBob cards to be top notch. They're not super pushed. Lord of the Rings, the One Ring was a little pushed.
Yeah,
I will say.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that is, and Orcish Bowmasters, a very balanced set, right? There's maybe one or two cards out of there that were maybe mistakes, but overall, they do pour so much love and flavor into these cards. I think it's a mistake to overlook that, and having that much love being poured into this game that I love, I think can only be a good thing, even though there may be some added negatives that come out of it.
Yeah, you're not wrong, and like it is cool to see new IPs come into Magic the Gathering, and it does bring in new players. Like I think for the most part, a lot of the universes beyond stuff, besides some of the secret layers that were like hard to get or not accessible to everyone or sold out before you could even order them, I think most of it's done pretty well. Like I said, the Assassin's Creed set, I don't know what they were thinking doing the epilogue booster style. It's just not, no one wants to spend money for like 8 cards that you could get like 6 dupes.
Yeah.
Like no one wants, like I can't even tell you how many packs of March of the Machine epilogue that I got where I got like 4 filter outs in the pack of like 5 or 6 cards. Like it's not feel good, but there was no Commander product or anything with it, so it's just like
I bet with Assassin's Creed they probably had it to where with a deal with Ubisoft or whoever the rights holder is for Assassin's Creed, where they were going to do it like that, and then once they realized, hey, we're not going to be doing these Aftermath sets anymore because that was supposed to be the new norm, and they were like, this flopped terribly, but they had already had the paperwork in place for Assassin's Creed, so they just kept it that way. Yeah. Right? That's probably how that happened, because these sets are planned years in advance. So
I don't think it worked out for them though. I don't think anyone was like, I saw someone had posted that they had that a shop threw out boxes of it because it wasn't moving.
On the bright side, for all you Assassin's Creed fans, those cards are going cheap.
Yeah, I'm nothing against Assassin's Creed. I played the first Assassin's Creed game and I really liked it. I didn't play any since.
Black Flag was really good. Yeah, that was probably my favorite.
Like there are, it is a strong franchise. I don't
Yeah,
I
it's not for you.
the product wasn't right. It's not the IP was good. The product wasn't right. I think this is what it
Well,
was.
that's the thing, and I think Magic, Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast are trying to, toe the line between alienating Magic fans and satiating the newfound people that they've brought into Magic. Because people are, Universes Beyond sets are going to be hit or miss for anyone. You're either going to like the IP or you're not going to care. Final Fantasy cards, I know Final Fantasy. I haven't played any of the Final Fantasy games. Am I going to buy a deck? You know what? I already have way too many decks. I'm probably not going to buy a deck. If there's something really mechanically unique and cool, I might want to pick up one card or that commander, or maybe something that works with one of my decks. But a lot of them are going to be hit or miss for each individual person, and it's going to be tough for them.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, I am going to go so hard on that set. I played Final Fantasy Origins on the Game Boy Advance. I played Final Fantasy 4 on the Game Boy Advance. I played Final Fantasy 7, played Final Fantasy 12, 10, 9, 8 a little bit, 12. Like, I've completed 12. I put 400 hours into 12. Like, I love Final Fantasy. I love the franchise. I'm really excited, and I really hope they do the IP justice, but some of the card arts do look amazing. I played the Cydia, the PSP fighting game with Final Fantasy characters in it. Played all the Kingdom Hearts games. I got into Kingdom Hearts because I had Final Fantasy stuff in it. Like, I love that IP, and I'm really excited for it. And hopefully I can weasel my way into an ambassadorship so I can get some of it.
That's the only reason you made this channel, is just so you get free Final Fantasy stuff.
Oh yeah, I was playing 5D chess before I even knew there was gonna be a Final Fantasy. Before I even
knew at some point there was a chance. No, that's awesome. Well, I mean, I think the bottom line here is, it's going to be buy what you want, don't buy what you don't want. Don't feel pressured to buy something just because it's pushed or, overpowered. There's always going to be push cards. There's always going to be stuff in the future that's going to be better. So save your money for what you really want to buy, and that's how we sort of show what's important to us and what's not. That's why I'm going to leave it off. John, do you have any last thoughts?
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm kind of more curious about how everything's gonna work out. There's a bunch of sets I'm excited for. We got Aether Drift, we got Final Fantasy, we got the Final Fantasy set, Final Fantasy. But
I think we had that Final Fantasy set coming up. I don't know if you mentioned that. And we
got the Innistrad Remastered. I'm also kind of excited about that too.
I guess it's luck of the draw, which one's going to be expensive, like Warhammer, or which one's going to go down. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yes. Make sure to leave a comment below on what Universes Beyond sets you want to see. I would love to see Star Wars. I don't know, John, maybe you're satiated with Final Fantasy. Maybe you want more, right?
I think Star Wars would be cool. I think Star Wars would be cool. I do kind of wonder, because Star Wars has its own card game going on, how that would work. Because I was thinking we were not going to see Marvel before they announced it, because they've got Marvel Snap, they've got the Disney Lorcana thing. So it's like Disney has its own card game. I guess they don't want to water down their card game with other IPs that are not Disney mainly with Lorcana. So I don't know.
There's always hope. There's always a chance.
Yeah, I was.
But with that, let us know in the comments below what you want, and would love to hear that. And can't wait for the next time we talk, John.
Yeah, put your wish list down below, and same to you, Brian. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.